Hey, and welcome to this video on the best poker hand of all time. I'm Nick Wealthall from TransformMyPoker.com, and we're going to talk about a very special hand of poker that I think's got a really great lesson that you can use for your own game. Now, it takes place in the 2003 World Series of Poker. It's the final. We are looking at a match between Chris Moneymaker, a completely unknown accountant who's qualified for the World Series for very little money and finds himself heads up to be world champion, against Sammy Farha, a professional player and gambler who's used to playing the highest stakes in the world. Sammy Farha is a huge favourite in this match. Now, you might know this hand because it is very famous for an amazing bluff that Chris Moneymaker pulled off. Amazing given the situation. The hand is up on the board for you here. Sammy Farha has Queen 9. Chris Moneymaker has King 7. The board is 9, 2, 6, 8. The 8 of spades comes on the turn, and it actually gives both players a flush draw. Sammy Farha has top pair. It's gone check on the flop, and now Sammy bets out of position, and Chris Moneymaker, with the flush and straight draw, by the way, has the 7 for the straight, he has the king of spades for the flush draw, decides to raise. Aggressive play, really good play as well, puts the pressure on his opponent. If Sammy's got like a really weak hand here, or like a low pair or something like that, he's going to find it tough to continue. He makes the raise, and Sam Farha with top pair calls. So far, so standard. Then on the river comes the 3 of hearts. Now, this is a complete blank, right? Doesn't complete the straight, doesn't complete the flush. It's not an over card, so it's not a scare card of any kind. Sam Farha checks, I think pretty much hoping that it just gets checked down now after Moneymaker raised on the turn. And Moneymaker's missed everything, right? His flush didn't come in, his straight didn't come in, he didn't hit his king. He must know that if Sammy Farha can call on the turn, the only way that he can win is by bluffing on this river. And what a bluff he pulls off. He moves all in. Now, he has more chips than Farha in this hand, but it's still about a pot-sized bet. And suddenly Sammy Farha is confronted by this problem. He's got top pair, yes, but it's a weak top pair on a board where there's a flush and a straight possible. Lots of hands beat him, right? And this amateur player is playing for the world title. He's supposed to be scared by the occasion, right? He's supposed to be worried. Is he really going to bluff this big? Now, Moneymaker wasn't betting his whole stack because he had Sammy Farha covered. He was betting a decent amount of it, and he was betting all Farha's chips. If Farha calls and he's wrong, he's done. That's it. World Series over. It goes to the other guy. So this puts a huge amount of pressure on Sammy Farha. Now, the fun thing is he actually says out loud, "Did you miss your flush, buddy?" which Chris Moneymaker did. But he couldn't make the call. Either the pressure was too much, or he just put it together and thought there's no way Moneymaker's capable of this massive bluff in this massive situation. And Sammy Farha folded. Amazing hand, given that Chris Moneymaker, a complete unknown, was paying for hundreds of thousands of dollars and a world title, by the way, which he eventually went on to claim. So it's a fantastic hand. It's a great bluff anyway, right? Raising the turn and then shoving the river, something you can put into your own game. But that's not really the learning point from this. The learning point from this is, if you want to get better at poker, ask yourself this question. What's the best play here? Sounds like a really easy question. Do your logical analysis of the hand, and if at the end of that analysis the best play is to make a big bluff, then you should make a big bluff. In our brains sometimes we think, oh, making a big bluff is like a big deal, or, you know, it's kind of a scary thing to do. The way to make it less scary is to do it more often, get more of a comfort level from it, and the way that you do that is by coming to the conclusion it's right to bluff, because you can put pressure on your opponent, and then following through, just like Chris Moneymaker did in the most intense of circumstances. My point is, and the learning point is, the circumstances don't need to be intense if you've convinced yourself something is the right thing to do, it's the right poker play to make. And that can really help your kind of inner game and for you to be more confident in plays. Now, there's one sneaky other reason why this is the best hand in the history of poker, and there's no argument about that, right? It's number one, that's what I'm saying. The reason it's the best is Chris Moneymaker's win went on to be part of or precipitate a huge poker boom, right? The reason poker is popular today at the level it is, and the reason it hit the heights it did a few years ago, is that a man from nowhere with, I think, just $40 to buy into a satellite, something like that, went on to win the World Series and be the world champion, right? So poker is a game where somebody from nowhere can beat the pros. That was what Moneymaker's victory, and what a great name, of course, Moneymaker's victory did for the world of poker, and brought so many people into poker. So that's why this is the secret other reason this is the best hand in the history of poker. All right, get out there, get more confidence with your bluffs by logically analysing hands, and if it's the right thing to do, pull the trigger. Don't even think twice. If you think it's the best play, nothing else matters, as Chris taught us all those years ago. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and got something from it. If you have, there's lots more to come. If you subscribe by hitting the subscribe button here or underneath the video, please leave me a comment. I really like hearing your thoughts, and I really want to know what else you want me to make videos for so that I can help you out with your game. And if you're ready to get serious about your poker and take it to the next level and start getting consistent results, then click this link on screen. It's going to take you to my website where you can sign up for a free series of advanced training videos, completely free, and they're going to really help you understand poker at a deeper level, put pro tips and strategies into your game quickly, and get a massive improvement in your confidence and your ability to pull off bluffs just like this. I hope to see you over there when you click that link. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and make sure you run good, because that's the hard part.